Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Murillo, and what I'm gonna be going over today is subtraction using two different methods. One is using the base 10 blocks, and the other one is something that kind of derives from the make a 10, which I'm gonna call making 100. Now, before I begin, I wanna go over a few things. From this point on, what I'm gonna be doing is every time I use something that we know as a flat, this symbolizes 100. Every time I use a long or a stick, this symbolizes 10. And then finally, this little pieces here, we're going to consider 1. Oh, and I'm sorry. This is 100 units, 10 units, and 1 unit. So now that we have that written out, just to clarify, for example, if I was to have two flats, one long, and let's say 3 units, that would be the same thing as me saying 1/200 plus 1/10 plus 3 units. So that'll be the same thing as 213 units. Now that we have this clear, I want to be able to demonstrate how to subtract using these base 10 blocks. So right here, let's say that we have the equation 108 minus 27. What I want to do is I want to start off by making the first number. So as you recall, this is gonna be my flat. So this is one flat, 0 tens, and finally 8 units. So then now that I have that, it's gonna be one. I'm gonna start off with one flat, 0 10, and 8 units. And if you want, we can group it in four just to make it a little bit easier on us. 2, 3, 4. Now that this represents 108, what I want to do lastly is gonna be from this number 108. I want to take away or remove 27 units. So what I'm gonna do is from here, I'm gonna put them off to the side, and then whatever I have left over should be my answer. So just to make sure, what I'm seeing here is going to be 2 longs and 7 units. So like most math equations, for subtraction, I want to start off in the ones place. And just to make a visual representation of how this looks, is the same thing as saying 108 minus 27. So we start off in the ones place. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 7 from the ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now you can see I have 1 ones. Now if you notice here, I'm trying to take away 2 from the number 0. So since I don't have any longs to take away the 2 from, what I'm gonna do is either I'm gonna transform this into longs, or from now on I'm gonna consider this converting. I'm gonna convert the 1 flat into 10 longs. And just to clarify, cause I don't know if I went over this, 1 flat is equal to 10 longs, and then 1 flat, 1 long is equal to 10 units. So now that we know this, by trading or converting this 1 flat, I'm going to end up with 10 longs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now that I have the 10 longs, I can come back to my equation and say I have 0 flats, and now I have 10 longs. So now that I have 10 longs, I want to take 2 away. So you know we're finished if you come to this second group over here and it matches the second number in the equation. So I have 1, 2 longs and 7 units. So since this number matches this number, I am done with the subtraction. So now to get my answer, what I want to do is count what I have left over. So I have 1 unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 longs. And look, now I have 0 flats. So if I was change this to numbers, I will have 0 hundreds, I will have 0 for my hundreds. I will have 80 to represent my 8 longs, and I would have 1 to represent my units. So this says that 108 minus 27 equals 81. Now the second way I could do the same problem is something using the making 100 method. So I'm going to rewrite my equation. 108 minus 27. So what I want to do here is be able to, from this number, subtract 8 so I can have 100 flat. So in order to take away 8, I need to take it away from this number. So I'm going to take away 8 from this number. And if I remember, when we did subtraction, we had 27 minus 8. We convert this into 1, 10, and this will turn into 17. 17 minus 8 equals 9 and 19. Now, if you have some confusion through here, just know that I'll be able to help you out after the lesson. But for right now, I want you to know that 19 plus 8 equals 27. This will be important when we subtract it from 108. Now that we have 19 and 8, this is saying that we're gonna start off by subtracting the 8. So we have 108 minus 8 equals 100. Now that we've done the first step, I want to make sure that you go back and X out the 8 because we no longer need it. Okay, now what I want you to do is move this 19 and don't forget to subtract it from the 100. Minus 19. And if you want, we could go back to using these just to make it a little bit simpler. So remember, I want to start off by making the first number, which is 100, and take away 19. So I start off in the ones place. As you can see, I have no units whatsoever. So what I want to do is I want to convert this. I have to convert it first into the tens, and then from tens into the ones. So from the flat, I'm gonna turn them into my longs. So I want you to count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have my 10 longs here to represent the 100. Now that I have my 10 longs, I want to be able to convert one long into 10 units. So, and then we can put in rows of 5 just to make it easier on ourselves. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just remember that I want to be able to, from here, make a separate group of 19 so I know that I'm taking it away from here or subtracting. So the number was 19, so I'm going to start off with the 1. So I'm going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that leaves me with 1 unit left. So I could cross that out. And the only thing I have left is a 10. And remember that 1 long equals 10. So I'm going to take this away from the group. Now to get my answer, all I have to do is just count whatever I have left. So I have 1 unit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 longs. And if I'm not mistaken, this represents 80. This represents 1. And I should be coming up to the same answer as 81. And as you could tell, I have 81 here as my answer. And I have 81 here as my answer. Is there any questions? Okay. I want to thank you for your time. You have a great day.